And if you can see the screen, give me a thumbs up, please and thank you. All right, let's keep it going. You owe it to yourself to ask as many questions as possible. And the more questions you ask, the better you understand. You get in what you put into life. And if you want to be prepared for adulthood, ask questions. Talk to your mom and dad. Talk to your teachers. Talk to your coaches, right? If you prepare when you're a teen, you're going to have a good 18, 19, 20. If you prepare when you're 18, 19, 20, you're going to be better 23, 24, 25. If you prepare 23, 24, 25, you'll be better 26, 27, 28. So preparation, I think, is the biggest key for school, getting a job, learning technology, learning how to drive. Every kid or adult is a little bit different. Some people have anxiety, some people have social emotional issues. It will take up to 24, 25 for your brain to develop. Some of you will have trauma along the way, get into an accident. Some of you will get into arguments with your parents. You'll make wrong decisions. No one has a perfect life. So the decisions you'll make will impact what you'll do. Driving does not make you an adult. It's just a tool and a resource. So if you screw it up now, your parents are going to take away the car, which they can. They're not going to let you drive, which they can. We already kind of talked about four-way stops. So please go with something different than four-way stops. The first car to get there is the first car to leave. If two cars come together at the same time, the car on the left will yield to the car on the right. And Emerson, that's a great starting point. A lot of beginning drivers and experienced drivers mess that up. If you don't learn it the right way the first time when you're learning how to drive, you'll never learn it. You'll always make the same mistake. You'll always get confused, and then it will lead to an accident. I'll say it again. If you don't learn it the right way when you're in driver's training, you're going to repeat the same mistake. I don't know who goes first. I'm confused. So when you're with your coach, with your teacher, with your mom, with your dad, ask those questions. So you have to write this down. Things are not going to be repeating themselves. You're going to have an accident. We don't want that for you. I want positive manifestation. I'm always very positive, but you have to learn. We only have a short window of time. We're in our second week of class. After this, we have one more week. And then class is over. We're driving. You're on break. I'm teaching you. Some kids already have two drives. A third of the class is already scheduled. I'll be scheduling more. Usually the students who sign up for driving, lock it in, are serious. Everyone is different. Some of you are not serious. Some of you are laid back. Some of you wait till the last second. What I find teaching drivers ed, you can put the schedule out there. The kids who are serious about driving will lock in and get it done. The kids who are too busy, well, you kind of wait till the last second. What I've learned, I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. It's going to be pressure on you, because if you don't sign up for driving, you're going to end up not being done in 6 weeks, and you're going to have to repeat a week of class. So there's always, people always go on vacation. There's always an emergency. There's always something that comes up. So you have to make sure you're committed. You need to put driving first, but I got soccer. I have volleyball. I got football. I got this. I got that. Well, if you miss a day, you're going to have to repeat class when the session is over. So you're kind of prolonging. Remember, you want to be done in 6 weeks. You want to be driving, getting your 30 hours in 3 months. Some of you, maybe 3 or 4 of you, won't get that because you get sick, or you get kicked out of class, or you don't show up for a drive, or you make a mistake at the wrong time. So you have to be ready to prepare. So I didn't know we have an unlicensed room. Unlicensed room, you need to change that, or you're going to be removed from the unlicensed room. I love how we have people who pretend like they don't know their name. And then when they're removed, why did he remove you? Oh, I don't know. So you got to take this more serious. So I'm going to let you learn from this. I'm not going to remove you this time, but if I have an unlicensed room again, I'm going to have to remove that unlicensed room. So you need to change your name. So that's a good example of this not taking class seriously. This class is really important. And some young teens or adults don't take it serious. It is what it is. Click the three dots and change your name. Please and thank you so I don't remove you. Some mirror usage. Anytime speed or position adjustments are necessary, the driver must consider location. Where's the car? Is the car to the left of me? Is the car to the right of me? Is the car in front? Is the car in the back? Mirrors just give you an area. They don't tell you if it's 6 feet away, 3 feet away, 2 feet away. A lot of you don't check your blind spots. You have to look over your shoulder. You put your chin to your shoulders, a quick look. I want you to get your license. I want you to get your permit. But if you don't put in the time or you're not really serious about it, it's okay. Usually 1 in 60 students aren't ready for driver's ed. And that's fine. Everyone's a little bit different. I still have an unlicensed room there. So second warning, before I remove that unlicensed room, second warning, you gotta fix it or I'm gonna remove you. I'm letting you know. So don't be sorry. Last warning, I'll give you a moment. If it's not there, I'm gonna remove you. Drivers cannot afford to divert attention away. Your main focus is driving, not your phone, not your mom, not your dad, not looking at anything else. You can look around you when you drive. There are distractions all the time. So you got to focus on driving. That should be your central attention. And your parents are your best coaches. You grew up watching your mom and dad do good things, do bad things. We all learn from our parents. They're our first teachers. So if you don't learn from them, then you're going to be learning from someone else. Your school teacher, your basketball coach, your principal, your driving instructor, the guy down the street, the lady down the street. We all learn from our community. When stopping, anytime a driver prepares to slow down, you should be checking your mirror. I need you to check your mirror. If you don't, you run the risk of getting rear-ended, getting hit. So you have to learn to check the space, the space around you. Okay? Flash the brake lights to alert other drivers. The biggest thing that I've learned as an instructor, have your blinker on early. Have good speed control. Listen, your parents are not instructors. If you make a mistake, they take your head off. Me, if you make a mistake, I'm going to mentally note the mistake. Then if you make the same mistake, I have to correct it because I don't want you to crash. I don't want you to fail. I don't want to be involved in a crash. So we have to learn quickly. Mirror usage when turning. The driver prepares to turn. Mirrors should be checked before any change of speed or position is made to enable an assessment. You're making an assessment. Who's near me? Is it a pedestrian? Is it a bicyclist? Is it a dog in the street? Is someone riding their motorcycle? Is someone stopped? Did a little kid fall off their bike? They're vulnerable road users, kids, seniors, pedestrians, and now we have the e-scooters. So there's so much more out there. Let's talk about when changing lanes. A driver is attempting to change lanes. Mirrors should be checked before or exchange of speed, position. If you're going to the left, inside mirror, outside mirror, blinker over the shoulder. Inside mirror, outside mirror, blinker over the shoulder. You have to assure yourself that you can have space, okay? Because cars move fast. You might think it's clear for a moment. You get over, you sideswipe, okay? Side swipes and rear collisions are the most common. Let's keep it going. Let's look at some questions. Are your brake lights the same as your turn signals? No. Your turn signals indicate if you're making a right turn signal, your right blinker or your right light in the back, as well as your blinker in the front, are lighting up and going off and on. Your brake lights are usually the outside lights. When you hit your brake lights light up in the back, and you have a high mount brake light. The high mount brake light is in the back of the window or on the top of the back window or on the outside of the roof. So they are different lights. Let's talk about checking mirrors in blind areas. I just talked about that. Please get those questions coming in. Next, regular side mirror usage. Remember, if you're coming late, then you won't get your paperwork on time. Okay. Remember, the state does not care why you're late. You're late. So we started at 6:30. We got people coming in after 6:30. You're going to have to make that time up. Just letting you know, the session is recorded. Letting you know. All right, so let's keep it going. Checking mirror blind spot areas. You have to look over your shoulder. But I have a blind spot mirror. So what? You still have to check over your shoulder. But I have a big blind spot mirror. So what? You still have to check over your shoulder. Regular side mirrors, even when angled out an additional 12 to 16 degrees in hand settings, do not provide sufficient information to safely make a movement. This is why beginning drivers, including teens, young adults, people in their 20s and 30s and 40s, because some of them don't drive, they get anxiety. They don't check their blind spot. You've got to look. You have to check. A mirror blind spot check involves making a quick eye movement over your shoulder. Please remember this. You have to look over your shoulder. If you're going to the left, you look over your left shoulder. If you're going to the right, you look over your right shoulder. Okay? A lot of you will look over the wrong shoulder. It's normal, but you could hit a car. We don't want to have to file a police report. I don't want to see you fail, but things do happen. Okay? Let's go to the question. Top far apart, should you drive in front of a car? Minimum of, I would say, 8 to 10 feet. It's a car length for every 10 miles an hour. So if you're driving 40, you need to have 4 car lengths. If you're driving 50, you need to have 5 car lengths. So it depends on how fast you're going. Okay? So a lot of beginning drivers tailgate because they're too close. They haven't made judgment yet. You have to, like playing basketball. It's called the cylinder zone. I learned this when I was in high school from an OG who played in college. I played football in college. He said, hey, it's called the zone. I'm like, what? That round rim is called a cylinder. It made sense. When you shoot, aim for the middle of the cylinder. Okay? It made sense. When you're driving, you need to have lane line reference. You have a white line to the right. That's called your edge line or fog line. I always tell you lane line reference. You have a broken white line to your left, if we have multiple lanes, or you have a broken yellow, or you have a solid yellow. Okay, we'll look at some pavement marking videos tonight. You have to pick this up immediately. Those of you who play basketball, if you play basketball, put yes into the chat. If you play basketball, put yes into the chat. Please and thank you. All of you should know where the three-point line is. Okay? All of you should know where the free throw line is. Okay? All of you should know where the out of bounds line is. All of you should know where the sideline is. I used to run a 1-2-1-1 press. I have my fastest, best player in the middle of the floor, forcing the ball to the left side or the right side. As soon as that ball comes up, we trap. And then they panic. And then I have my second fastest player. As soon as they throw that ball, they catch it, 3-on-1, dunk, or layup. I've coached girls and boys. Cylinder zone. Okay? Cylinder zone. Same thing, driving zone. Lane line reference, stop line, edge line, fog line. Okay? You need to know what those lines mean. Crosswalk line. If you don't understand those lines, you're going to end up struggling. Let's put in more questions. Andrew, I did not put them in. I will put those in. I've been tired. I had to stay up to 3. I only had 3 hours to sleep because we had some people coming to evaluate. So, Andrew, I will put those in. Thank you for reminding me. Um, I appreciate you. Okay. Andrew's reminding me he and his sister signed up for drives. They're committed. They want to get it done. It's all about organization. And if you're serious about driving, when I schedule you for driving, we'll lock it in. All of you have at least one drive set. And then when I see you, we'll lock in the rest. So I'm not going to worry. Some of you take it very nonchalant. I'm not going to worry. Some of you are serious. We'll get it locked in. Andrew and his sister, they're serious. They're done. They're breathing easy, and they feel good. They did a great job driving. They parallel parked. They made right turns. They made left turns. We started in the school parking lot, going up and down the aisles. We went around the school a couple times. We went in the neighborhood, making right turns, left turns, really learning lane line reference, not hugging the right, not hugging the left. Andrew and his sister were checking at the corners, looking left, looking right. It was very chilled, very relaxed. They parallel parked. It takes time. And if you take your time, you're going to learn. Okay? I was very patient. It was very chilled, very relaxed. They put in good work. They learned how to parallel park, the control. They learned how to have the seat adjusted properly. Normally, I don't feel comfortable with students driving in boots. Andrew drove in some cowboy boots. He's like, I prefer driving in boots. I'm like, okay. He did a great job. He had to get used to the brake. He had to get used to the gas. His sister did a really good job. She had to move the seat up. She had a slight bend in her knee. You have to adjust your seat. Andrew and his sister are very coachable. They listened. I let them make mistakes. I didn't take their head off. It was very relaxed. A lot of you have a different perception. Maybe your parents had a bad instructor. Maybe your friends had a bad instructor. I don't know. But it was very chilled. He listened. She listened. They worked hard. We laughed. We had fun. And boom, 2 hours were done. So that's the way the session should be. Neighborhoods, school zones, right turns, left turns, parallel parking. It was great. Okay, because we all enjoyed the company. Traditional mirror settings. Outside mirrors are set so the driver can see the back edge of the vehicle. Please remember this. May be more appropriate for trucks, vans, SUVs. Okay, some of you are going to be driving bigger vehicles. Okay, Andrew's going to be driving bigger vehicles. Okay, I'm not going to release Andrew's personal information. He's got offers. He works hard. He's a great guy. That's really important. Okay? Many of you have a story to tell. I have a story to tell. We got to work hard. Okay, inside mirror settings. Please put in more questions. Inside mirror settings become primary mirrors to view. Your inside mirror is your primary mirror. Your inside rear view mirror is your primary mirror. Your secondary mirrors are your driver's side and passenger side. Those are your eyes. You don't stare, you just see. If you stare, you hit something. You see who's behind you. Okay, I'm good. You check. Okay, I'm good. A lot of you stare too long. Like you stare at the basket, someone blocks your shot and it's clean. And then you fall down and like, I got fouled. And the girl goes up for a layup or the boy goes down for a dunk. And then you're like, coach, I'm like, you got to hustle back on defense, bro. Well, I don't want to play anymore. Well, I'll sit you down on the bench. I'm going to talk to your parents. You don't have to be on the team. A lot of kids don't want to work hard. And let's be honest, I've coached. College, high school, middle school, rec league, church league. You got to put in work, man. What don't you understand? Well, I'm too busy. You too busy to learn how to drive? Okay. Put in your question. If you have to leave, you're good. Put in your question. Type it in. All right, let's keep it going. Put in more questions. How far apart should you be? Adjusting the seat. You want to have a slight bend in your knees and a slight bend in your elbows. Some of you are too close to the steering wheel. You want to be 12 inches minimum 12 inches. There's an airbag. If you're too close, the airbag comes out, it's going to knock out your front teeth, it's going to break your thumbs. Okay? If you're too close. If you're too far away, you're going to be overextending and you can't drive. So you want to have a slight bend in your elbows, slight bend in your knees. You want to be able to pivot your foot between the gas and brake. If you're between 5'2" and 4'10" and 4'11", you're going to struggle a little bit. But the car that we have has a great seating adjustment. And that's really important. Seating adjustment is really important. I have students who are 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". I have girls who are 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". Okay? People are larger today. 3 or 5 years ago, we had small. People are large today. I'm a big guy. I want the big car. Okay? This is why we in the OG Impala. Okay? So you got to adjust your seats. You come in, you lock your door, you adjust your seats, then you adjust your mirrors. Okay? Come in, lock the door, put on seatbelt, adjust your seat, then adjust your mirrors. Do you get a ticket for having your seat too close to the steering wheel? No, but you'll die. Why would you be too close to the steering wheel when the airbag can come out at over 100 miles an hour? People have been killed. Okay? You can look it up if you don't believe me. Those airbags deployed over 100 miles an hour. They can kill you. You won't get a ticket. You'll just have your teeth knocked out and break your cheekbones. So you got to give yourself space. We'll look at some airbag accidents, right? Do you need to adjust your mirrors yourself or do they stay in the same position? Great question. Some cars have an automatic adjustment like your dad gets. Let's pretend your dad is 6'6". He can adjust his seat, adjust his mirrors, locking in the button 1. Let's pretend your mom is 5'10". She comes in, adjusts her seat mirrors. She has seated position 2. Boom. And then you don't have a seating position. Your dad is seated position 1. Your dad is like, don't you touch that mirror adjustment. It's all set for me. You're like, why? It's all set for me. Your mom comes in, don't you touch button 2. Why? It's adjusted for me. Sorry, we got another dog here. Okay, we got our lab, and then we got this Yorkie. She thinks she's like a Rottweiler or something. Those little dogs, they tough, bro. So I know you hear it barking. It's a he too. Okay. Normally we don't have that. Our dog is chilled. So once you got one dog, the other dog is like, I'm gonna start barking. Why is he barking, bro? Anyway, you have to adjust your seating position for yourself. Some of your parents have more expensive cars. They have a seating mirror adjustment. Okay. And then your mom and dad get in, push a button, boom, boom, set, zzz, 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 off they go. Okay. Put in more questions. Do all cars have good adjustment seats for all types? The answer is most do, but some cars don't have electric seats. You have to manually adjust. Some cars have more fancier mirrors, more adjustments. You might have to have a little adjustment that's manual. Every car is a little bit different. Great question. If you are shorter and need to adjust your seat, how far? It depends. I can't give you a number, but remember, you want to be 12 inches away from the steering wheel. If you have very short legs and a long torso, like one of my students, she's got little short legs, but a long torso, she's got to move kind of closer because she can't reach the gas and brake. That presents a problem because you're like really reaching for that brake and gas, and that's when an accident happens. Your foot gets stuck between the gas and brake, and I see straight fear in your face. So you got to find that proper adjustment. Everyone's a little bit different. I will show you, but you got to feel comfortable in the car. So the car we're driving now has a better seating adjustment. It goes all the way forward and all the way back. The old Impala we were driving, it would go like halfway and stop. So if you were under 5'2" to 4'11", you were in trouble. If you were over 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", you are kind of locked in. So thank God we're in a different car that has a better seating adjustment. Door locks. You know, some cars have automatic door locks, some do not. This protects you from being thrown out. Sun visor that protects your eyes. So if we're driving Saturday morning, Sunday morning, which we do, that sun is going to be blazing, right? Like burning our eyeballs out. Head restraints. If you get rear-ended, it keeps you from having whiplash. When I first started driver's ed, I thought I'm going to have whiplash because when you get hit, your head goes back, and that's when you hurt your neck. But it was a dream, okay? But you have to have your head restraint in the middle of your forehead. Please put questions in, okay? We're taking our time. A lot of people do feel entitled. I know I'm going to be driving. Your mom and dad for you. I know I'm going to get a car. If you had terrible grades, they're not doing anything for you. I know I'm going to be driving the third car. Nope, your mom and dad sold it because you got in trouble. Okay? But in questions, I'm taking my time. And I like going over the notes and interacting with you. So entitled means you owe me this. Entitled means I'm going to pass whether I meet the state standards or not. No. If you don't meet the state standards, you're not passing. If your light is not on, your name is not correct, you're not paying attention, you won't pass. Okay? There's the standard. Let's check it through right now. Seatbelts. You have to put your seatbelt on. This keeps you from being thrown out of the car. This keeps you from being hitting the dash, hitting the windshield, having someone fly out of the back seat to the front. Okay? And there are terrible accidents where people fly through the windshield because you don't put on your seatbelt. It's called a kryptonite quotient. You think because you're a young driver, it's not going to happen to me. I'm strong. I can catch myself. No, you can't. Unfortunately, your age group dies first. Your leading cause of death up to about 27 is a motor vehicle crash. If you don't believe me, Google it. If you don't believe me, Google it. Leading cause of death for 14 to 24-year-olds is a motor vehicle crash. Why do you think I'm so passionate about this? Why do you think I'm so serious about this? Okay? You got to take your life more serious. Okay? Other people don't care about your life. Okay? If you don't have on your seatbelt, the odds of you dying in a crash have increased significantly. Airbags, they're designed to reduce the occupant hitting something, right? They work together with seatbelts. When seated properly, an airbag will catch the vehicle's occupants. Catch, C-A-T-C-H, quote unquote. A pillow will come out. An airbag will inflate and catch you. Okay? ABS. Please remember this. This is going to be on the test. Anti-lock brakes. This system is designed to automatically pump the brakes. But you have to hit the brake and don't let up, which a lot of you will be scared to do because the brake is going to pulsate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if you let it up, you're going to deactivate the anti-lock brake system. Okay? Traction control. That's what it's called. It keeps you from spinning. The system is designed, please listen, the system is designed to put more pressure on the brakes or even a tire when a tire loses traction or an uncontrollable spin due to extra torque. You're going around a curve. You're going 70. You're starting to spin. Now, that's my dog. You can hear that. That's my girl dog. She don't play. She's very protective. Okay? Someone here. Anyway, got protection. Okay? Also, if you're taking your dog out, you really should have a harness, right? Because if your dog is hanging out the window, they can fall. If you have your dog and this little, I'm not hating, this dog is a Yorkie, right? This dog is like a pound and a half. Like, I don't want to step on the dog, but like he sits right under me, like looking at me like, do I owe you something? I'm dog friendly. But you need to have a harness for your dog, a seatbelt harness. Okay, if you want to do it the right way, if you really care about your animal. Okay, carrying your dog in your arm and you hit the brake, that dog is going to fly forward. Okay, you don't want to do that. Okay, some of you will. You think it's cute. Bye bye, dog, flying through the window. So you need to remember anti-lock brake system, traction control. It either will slow one of the tires down, it might speed it up. Okay, I'm giving you another key word for your sentence. I'm telling you, you're going to have ABS on your test. You better be checking that off and circling it. ESP, Electronic Stability Program. You need to be writing this down. I'm taking time to go over this. I always do. So maybe you can say, he never goes over the notes. I don't know what he's talking about. Bruh. ESP. Please put a P. All ESP systems, including ABS, and applied to the front two wheels or all four wheels on some vehicles. I used to have an all-wheel drive SS Trailblazer till it got stolen. Rest in peace. I'm still crying over that. And then I had a SRT Jeep, all-wheel drive. Those systems will allow the front tires to either stop or slide, the rear tires to stop or slide based on conditions on the road. Some of those big brain women and big brain men at General Motors and at Chrysler have developed a vehicle that allows you to slide and grip, because you don't want to flip your vehicle. Okay? You better be listening to this. It's going to be on the test. You better put questions in. Why do you think I'm taking time to go over this? Because this is one of the common questions you miss. But some of you aren't listening. I'm just taking my time. I'm chilling. Dogs aren't barking anymore. I'm chilling, man. I'm telling you. I love going over this. So ESP, also with ABS. Okay, it controls the engine speed. You may have the ability to control the speed of the engine or torque. Torque pushes the vehicle, or uses sensors to monitor the dynamic state of the driver commands. If you're on the gas, the computer is reading the amount of pressure on the gas pedal and the throttle. So you're commanding more speed, more power. The computer's telling the engine, okay, I need more fuel, I need more power. If you lift your foot, you are telling the computer to reduce fuel, air, and power. The car slows down. Okay? So when you're driving, if you're coming up too fast in the car, lift your foot. If you're not going fast enough, like we merge on the expressway, we have a faster driver's ed car. It's kind of mid. We can make accelerations. That's really good for a beginning driver because they merge out very slow. We have a medium speed driver's ed car. It's zippy. I love that. I've been in driver's ed cars that are very slow. It's very scary merging on the expressway. But we have that power. We can make lane changes. We don't have to stand by a semi truck, school bus. We can get out of areas. And that's really nice to be able to say, hey, make a lane change. Get over. Okay, check your blind spot. Get over. Good job. And then I give you a high five. Andrew did that. His sister did that. We were out driving, making lane changes, making left turns, making right turns. That's when you really learn how to drive. No cap, no hate, no anxiety. Okay? So it uses sensors to monitor the dynamic state of the vehicle. All computer-controlled cars have that. Okay? We're talking about 2019s, 20s, 22s, 23s, all the way up. Some of your earlier 2010s, 8s, 7s, 6, 5s, 4s, they have some computer control advancements, but much less. Okay? But you still have to learn how to drive. Some of your parents' cars will have self-parking, but if you don't know how to park, that's not going to help you. Okay? We're not talking about Teslas. Wham, bam, Tesla. We love you. Wham, bam. But you got to know how to have speed control. So I wanted to read this to you because it's really important. So it uses a sensor to monitor the dynamic state of a vehicle, and the driver commands to apply the brakes. It adjusts the engine torque, if applicable, to alert the rotation movement the correct path. So if your car's going around a curve and you're going too fast, the rear of the car might spin out. So your computer might pull power away. You might feel the car slowing down, but you're on the gas. Okay? Put in questions. You're going to have if you're shorting the adjustment area, where we talked about that, put in questions. All cars, most cars are. You will look on the dashboard when you start up the car. It will say ABS, or will say it on the brake pad. When you start your car up, it will light up. You'll see a little symbol that says ABS. Okay? How come Michael's asking all the questions? Michael, don't ask any more questions. I need other people to ask questions. I'm going to pause for a second. I need you guys to put in questions. Okay? If I'm taking the time to go over this, then you need to ask questions. This class is more than just you sitting in, doing 100 questions, 50 questions, seeing a video, and getting bored. I don't have to do these quizzes. I don't have to take my time to do this. I'm very thorough. So when you take your test, you miss less than 10. You miss less than 5. If you miss over 15, you're probably going to fail. You need to, well, I'm tired. I have spring break coming up. I have spring break coming up too. I'm an educator. I have 150 students. I have parents. I have a principal. I'm being evaluated. We all have things to do. Well, I have things to do too. You signed up for driver's ed. It's a commitment. Focus on what's important. Mental health, family. That's what's important. Put in questions. I'm deliberately waiting. Some of the cars from the late 60s, early 70s, upper 80s, 90s may not have ABS brakes. It doesn't make them any more dangerous, but you have to know how to drive those vehicles. Okay? Some of those older cars are more dangerous because they don't have lane keep assist. They don't have adaptive cruise control, so you don't run into something. They don't have side mirror alerts, but you still have to know how to drive. The cars today are much more smarter, but also they're spying on you, and that's what you don't know. When your parents buy the car, they have to sign an agreement. It syncs to your phone. The car knows all of your contacts. The car knows your personal information. The text mom. Hi, honey. Mom, is dinner ready? Yes. How come you're on the phone? I use voice commands. Okay, pay attention. Okay. The car knows where you drive. The automotive manufacturers and the federal government and third parties have this information. If you don't believe me, type it in. Okay? They know. Cars without some of those features, you can't sync your phone up. You have anonymity. You have privacy. Okay? Your car doesn't know where you're going. It can't track you. So this is real. Okay? We talked about ABS. We talked about the airbags. Crumple zones. That's going to be in your test. Crumple zones. These are the 4 corners of your car, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. They're designed to crumple in like a piece of paper. They crumple up like to absorb the shock of a car. Okay? Crumple zones are certain segments of a vehicle located in the front and behind the passenger area, designed to collapse while the passenger compartment remains intact. You're like, oh my God, how did they survive? I just got a scratch, bro. I'm good. Your car's smashed up. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay? Like a young man this weekend flying in his Camaro on an icy road. You don't believe me? Google it. He lost control of his car, spun around. He went under the front of a semi and lost his life. I'll say it again. Type it in if you don't believe me. I know you don't believe me. He was driving too fast, lost control of his Camaro, spun around a couple times. The car was going backwards. The semi-truck was going forward. The semi-truck ran over the front of his car. He died at the scene. That's his fault. He was speeding. The truck driver will be tested whenever there's a fatal The truck driver will submit to a drug and alcohol test. I'm being real with you. And hopefully the driver was okay. And a life is gone. If you don't believe me, type it in. There are accidents like this across the country. So you just have to take each year at a time. Be patient. So we talked about ABS, ESP. We talked about crumple zones, backup warning devices. This technology varies from vehicle to vehicle, but results in always the same to alert. You might have a chime, ding, ding, ding. Okay. An audible sound if someone is riding their bike. On the way home, little kids are riding through the neighborhood. Okay. People are walking dogs. You got to look. You can't be speeding through the neighborhood. Little kids are out there. Their parents are going to look at you sideways. What are you doing? I'm videoing you and putting you right on Facebook right now. That's that kid again. Those parents don't even say anything. I'm a video. I'm going to take a picture of that license plate and I'm sending it to the sheriff. I'm tired of these kids speeding in the neighborhood. That's what people say. And if you speed through the neighborhood, you're going to get a knock at the door. It's the sheriff. Don't believe me. Okay? Everyone has a Ring doorbell or security camera now. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they didn't have that. Okay? I'm letting you know this. But some of you don't care. I'm going to speed through the neighborhood. I'm tired. Mom made spaghetti. You're doing 35 in the neighborhood and it's a 25-mile-an-hour zone. And little kids are in the street. Parents are going to walk on the middle of the street, video you, and then call the police. Mom, Dad, come down the street. There's a bunch of people around my car. Now your parents are going to get into a fight and they're going to call the police. All because you were speeding. I keep telling you the truth. You don't believe me. So backup cameras, a lot of you won't learn how to back up because you just look in the camera. But you have to look to the left and right. You got to look over your right. Little kids to the right of me. Little bikes, toys, scooters. Hi, hi. They're like waving at me, 5 years old. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hi. They run over, give me a hug. I'm like, hold on, I'm trying to back in. Okay? They don't know any better. They happy to see me. I'm happy to see them, but I don't want them to get ran over. Okay? Don't believe me? Google it. Backup accidents. Kids are so little, you won't be able to see them in the camera. It's called ground viewing. Okay? Kids leave toys out on the ground. Scooters, bikes. When you pull out in the morning, you just got a flat tire. Why? You ran over a kid's bike. And you're going to pay for it. Why? It's on the neighbor's security camera. Your son ran over my daughter's bike. No, they didn't. I got it on camera. Okay, how much is it? $350 for that little bike? It's an e-bike. If not, I'm taking you to court. So you better go slow. You got to look out of your back window. You got to look left and right. Blind spot detectors, you'll have a little emblem in the side of the mirror. Okay, I got 15 minutes. And then after that, you're going to work. Let's put in some questions. Let's see some questions. Are all cars equipped with ESP? Most are. I said most. Some are not. It depends on the manufacturer. Why do some cars have ESP, all-wheel drive, and some only have two? It depends on the car manufacturer. Most cars, in general, is 50-50. Some trucks are rear-wheel drive. Some trucks are all-wheel drive. Some trucks are four-wheel drive on demand. Some cars are front-wheel drive. Some cars are rear-wheel drive. Some cars are all-wheel drive. Some trucks. It depends on the car manufacturer and what they want to do, how they want to distinguish themselves. Some people look for all-wheel drive. I wanted SRTG, all-wheel drive monster. My SS Trailblazer, all-wheel drive monster. So someone stole it. Then I was crying. I was crying. Question. Checking our mirrors should be more quickly. It's just a quick glance. You want to look. Okay, it's just a quick glance. If you look too long, can ESP malfunction and trying to straighten your wheels? Anything can malfunction. I love these questions, man. Come on. Come on, man. People asking good questions. Any system can malfunction. Maybe you went in the woods with your car and a cable got cut. And then you're going on an icy road or slick road. One of your sensors is not working. Yes. Or you go into the mud and it rips the sensor out of the socket. Yes, it can happen. Okay. And then you don't have the aid of that sensor to help you, real life. Or you hit a pothole and you bottom your car out. Usually those cables and sensors are inside the frame. Okay. And you have a wiring harness that plugs into all your sensors. Okay. Or your car sits a long time outside and mice, other rodents, squirrels start chewing at the wiring harness. It happens. If you have cars sitting out, animals in the wintertime will go in there and hide and stay warm. And they'll start chewing on a wiring harness. And then your car won't start up. Or so yes, it can malfunction. Great question. Can you move your car with the emergency brake on? Real slow. The emergency brake is just a small brake pad for the rear brakes. Okay, you still can move your car slowly, but it's there to slow the car down. It's a small little brake pad, and you can activate it with a handle, a handbrake. In the driver's ed car, we have a brake pedal on the left. Some of you hit because you put your left foot on the dead pedal. Okay, every car is different. Some cars have a switch on the dashboard. Some cars have a handle between the passenger side and driver's side seat. Every car is a little bit different. Can ABS and ESP potentially be a problem or danger? They're there to save your life. So they're neither. Automotive manufacturers, nice chat GTP answer. Automotive manufacturers put those there for a reason, to save your life. ABS saves your life. ESP saves your life. An automotive manufacturer would not put those on if they were a problem or a danger. They're there to save your life. Okay? You got to remember, these automotive manufacturers do thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of computer simulations. They go on the road. They go to Las Vegas, Death Valley. They go to California. They go to New York. They put thousands and thousands and thousands of miles on vehicles. Then they test it. So those things are there to save your life. Now, if you have a problem with your wiring harness or you overvote the system, a sensor could react, but that could be rare. It could be an intermittent on-off, like sometimes when you're driving and your lights go off and on, like it could be a short in the system, or maybe you clipped a wire and you don't know it, or a wire is exposed, okay, and you don't know it. And then when you drive in water, that wire is exposed and it could trigger an ABS or an ESP. Some of those situations could happen, but you're going to spend a lot of money chasing those type of problems. I love the question. What should you do if your brakes completely fail? You use your emergency brake. You downshift to a lower gear. You drive in the mud. You drive in the dirt to slow you down. Are there certain backup warning devices? No, they all basically do the same. They warn you of what's behind you, what's beside you. All automotive manufacturers have a similar warning system. Some of them distinguish themselves better. Right now, Tesla has the best camera system. Automotive manufacturers are developing a 360 camera. Some trucks have a 360 camera when you're picking up and towing. Okay, good question. I love that. I do believe in luck. The kid with the basketball on Saturday, we were all parking. Yes. Kids will run out and chase a ball. So I remember we were parallel parking. All of a sudden, a ball comes bouncing to the left. It looked like the kid threw the ball at us. And I said to Andrew, you see that ball? He's like, where? And this ball comes bouncing down the street. I'm like, hold on, bro, don't move. And then a kid comes running after it. I'm like, don't move. He ran out in the street behind the car. And then he did it again. He was playing like little baseball. That's how windshields get broken. So we were parallel parking and these balls come flying at us. I think someone's trying to play a joke on us. Yeah, you can't trust cameras because the calibration could be off. They could be dirty. You could go on a dirt road. It could be shattered. Usually they're very durable. They also sensors in the bumpers of your car, the little sensors. Okay, and those sensors have like a LiDAR or radar. Now we get people to think a little bit. How come Andrew's the only one going deep on this? He's passionate, man. Come on, man. No, he's not the only one that's asking questions. What do you do if a traffic light signal is not working? Treat it as a four-way stop. The first car to get there is the first car to go. But people don't pay attention. They got a big truck. I'm driving through. Then you get hit by a semi, and then it's your fault. You still have to follow the rules. What should you do if your accelerator stops working on the expressway? You use your foot and kick it up. Very rarely do those things happen. Usually automotive manufacturers have safeties built into the system. If the computer senses a gas pedal being stuck, it's going to pour power from the engine. I'll say it again. If the computer senses the gas pedal being stuck and you hit the brake and the motor's still moving, it's going to pull power from the engine. Okay? If you don't have that computer control, you use your foot and kick up the gas pedal. You shift into a lower gear. That question's going to be on the test. Blind spot detection, we talked about. Keep the questions. When backing up, should you always rely on your camera? You should never rely on your camera. You should be looking around too. Thank you, Alexia. You should be looking left when backing. You should be looking right when backing. Look in the middle. You want to look everywhere. Your camera's just a small area behind you by your trunk. It doesn't show left. It doesn't show right. Okay? You want to look everywhere. Little kids are small. That's Alexia driving. Hi. Hold on, girl. I'm backing up. I'm sorry. They don't know. It's warm outside. What's it? It's almost 70, bro. People on those motorcycles. Yeah! Bro. I saw a guy down 94 doing 70 on this motorcycle, no helmet on. Bruh. You know what's going to happen? He's going to have an accident. In that age group, that 25 to 45, they're the most likely to be injured and need 24-hour assistance. How do I know? I talked to an emergency nurse whose son I drove last year. She said, yes, this is true. I'm like, whoa. Always wear your helmet. Are you able to adjust your steering wheel? Yes, you can adjust it up or down, forward, up or down, away from you or towards you. Our driver's ed car only goes up or down. It doesn't go away from you or towards you. Okay, it's a four-direction articulation. Our steering wheel can only go up or down. Some of your parents have those newer cars. The steering wheel goes in, it goes out. Okay, so we don't have that many adjustments. Park assist, we just talked about this. A technology will park your vehicle, right? Tilt steering wheel, I forgot, tilt steering wheel. Yes, some cars, you pull a little lever on the side, thank you. Tilt steering wheel, you pull a little lever on the side, the steering wheel tilts down a little bit. A lot of students like the steering wheel low in their lap. You can't steer. You want it halfway between 20 degrees. It depends. But if it's in your lap, you can't steer. You can't drive. If it's too high, you can't drive. You got to customize it to you. Okay? Type in what you learned. Type in what you learned. Please and thank you. Type in what you learned. Tilt steering wheel. Yes, if there's a ball in the street, I'm not saying adults don't play with balls. A dad could be teaching his daughter how to play volleyball. A dad could be teaching his son or daughter how to play softball and baseball. It could be kids out playing softball or baseball. It could be a kid who's getting a scholarship, a D1 baseball scholarship. He's teaching his little brother or sister. But they're supposed to be at the park. They're in front of their house. Get over it. Their ball hit my car. Get over it. If that ball keeps hitting my car, it's going to be a problem. No, it's not. What are you going to do? Go down there and tell them stop playing? Yeah, because they keep hitting my car. No, you're not. You're going to go in the house and be quiet. Because you don't want any problems. Kids are out playing right now. It's still light outside, right? It's still light outside. This means the year is changing. We're going to have more daylight. Woohoo! Okay, I'm checking. Yeah, it's still light outside. Come on. It's still light outside. So people are driving faster. If it's more daylight and 70 degrees, they got the windows down, convertible top down. They got the Corvettes out, Mustangs out. They're flying. Yep. This has been a very helpful session. Okay? Because usually when it's warmer, people are driving faster and more reckless. Okay? Give me a second. Some of you asked some real good questions. Some of you are not asking good questions. Give me 1 second, please. I want to do some quick research. Give me a second. And if you have a dog, make sure you got a harness. If you got a little yip dog, don't carry that dog in your lap. Okay, if you stop fast, that dog's going to fly forward. Come on, man. My dog, she's okay in the car. She gets scared because she knows she's going to the vet. I'm like, I got to pick her up, like 70 pounds of love and fur. She's so nervous. She won't bite me, but she puts her teeth on me like, I'm scared. I'm like, I'm not trying to get bitten. Give me a second. Okay? You've taken your dog to the vet before, you know they curl up, get all scared. Like, come on, Rover. I'll give you a treat. No, you're taking me to the vet. They get all scared. Tail underneath them. They nervous, bro. Yeah, I got to pick my dog up, put her in the car. She looked at me like, I'm scared. I'm like, it's okay, baby. I got you. Right? I was typing in some information, try to make you safer. Yeah, the little yip dogs. We got one here. No hate. They hear everything. I got some good information for you. Just give me a second. It's true. but any dog can bite. They have teeth. I respect this dog. This dog's not used to me. I'm trying to pick him up. He like looks in my hand. I'm like, I'm about to lose my hand. And if you're nervous and have fear, the dog's going to be nervous and have fear. Right? So I'm going over some information now to help real quick because you're getting ready to work in a moment. I'm going to show you a video. How hot weather impacts younger drivers. Increased impulsivity. Ooh. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for teaching your son words. Increased impulsivity. Type in what that means. Hot weather increases impulsivity. Woo! Type in what that means. Hot weather increases impulsivity. Type in what this means. You're going to learn something. Because conceivably, when we drive next weekend, we could have very warm weather, or we could have snow and ice. You know, our state is bipolar. Thank you, Riley. Coming in with that knowledge. Okay, increased impulsivity. Hot weather has been scientifically linked to increased aggression, irritability for young drivers, those with prefrontal cortex, part of the brain responsible for decision making. Yes, warmer weather makes you crazy. Part of the brain is responsible for decision making. Hot weather can even lower their already limited patience. It's like you're in a hot classroom. It's hot in the room. Can you open the door? They start going through this emotion. I'm like, I'm chilled and relaxed. It's hot in the room. I'm walking out. Okay. You're not going to stop me? Nope. I'm walking out. Okay. Speeding to get there. Taking unnecessary risks. Aggressive reactions to other drivers. Road rage. And young adults make that too. So hot weather will increase all of our aggression. Physical discomfort or distraction. And overheated car is uncomfortable. I never have the car warm. Always have it cold. Young drivers with sweat on their hands and the sun in their eyes. Overconfidence in the car. Warm weather can mean trips to the beach or lake. There are novel and exciting situations, but a young driver might be driving too fast. I'm almost at the lake, bro. Being overconfident. How hot weather impacts older drivers. Medical side effects. Dizzy, heat stroke, fatigue. Slower physical thermal regulations, meaning to sweat. The older you get, you might not sweat as much. I sweat a lot. That's good. As people age, their bodies become less efficient. Grandma is 80. You're going to overheat. I know, baby. Drink this water. It's true. Slower physical. It's true. Exacerbated health conditions. You can have a heat stroke. In the summertime, that driver's ed car heats up, boy. Personal and scholarly examples. Think about it. High school students can have difficulty. They maybe might not make complete stops. They think they're safer in school, but they're not. I'm just paraphrasing. Top 20 crashes for high school students: driver inexperience, overreacting, driver distraction, texting, using the app, distracted driving, talking to your friend, speeding, especially on roads where curves are, unfamiliar areas, T-bone collisions that happened at the school, T-bone collision last week, failure to yield a right of way. That's classic. Inexperienced drivers leading to T-bone collisions at intersections. Red light runners, that's all of you. I'm going to be late to class. 5 cars run the red light, you're the 6th, you get hit. And you tell the police officer, those other cars ran the light, well, you got hit. You hit grandma. You get a ticket. That's not fair. Rear end collisions, following too close. That's very common. Nighttime driving, drowsy driving, going to school early, studying late night, social activities, nighttime driving, high percentage of teen fatalities after 9 o'clock. We drive after 9 o'clock tonight. Oh, you do? Yeah. One of my students. We're driving for 2 hours. 2 students in the car. They're going to be tired. Weather-related crashes, losing control of wet roads, improper lane change, failing to check blind spots. This is your age group. Overcorrecting, panicking, jerking the wheel, car drifts, driving too fast for conditions, rain, curves, not wearing seatbelt. Told you. Road rage, tailgating, speeding, yelling at other drivers, exacerbated by the heat, driving in a driver's blind spot. Experienced drivers position their vehicle relatively too close to other cars. Don't do that. Improper turns, driving too wide or too short. Please remember this, improper turns, too wide or too short. Driving distracted, loud friends. Drivers, cars that are underinflated tires, poor maintenance, brake failures, blowouts. This is just good enough for you. Okay, what are we doing? Quizzy, wham bam, what are we doing? Are the most scariest. As an instructor, I've learned we're going to wait till it's clear. I never have my students shoot the gap. Why? Their foot could get stuck. They can panic. I don't want to get hit. So improper left turns are very dangerous. We're not going to put our lives in the hands of other people. Come on, I have more than 3 people voting. Hello. Quizzy, wham bam. Okay, because it's time for you to do your work. I like that, Quizzy and wham bam. Give me a second. So warm weather will impact all drivers, particularly younger drivers, in a different way, older drivers in a different way. I like that we're really learning a lot tonight, leaning into the course material, as we should, right? And then it's giving you good practical knowledge, because I look forward to driving you guys. I look forward to making those good decisions. I look forward to just learning. And that's what good teachers do. They allow you to make mistakes. They don't take your head off. They don't scream at you. It's really important that you feel comfortable and you understand what to do. I'm just putting together a quizzy for you right now. Give me a moment. Pop in some questions as I'm doing this. Yes, always wait. Pop in some questions as I'm doing this. I'm putting together a custom assessment for you right now. That's what good teachers do, because I'm really trying to nail down some of the things that I think you need. So this takes me a moment. So I'm clicking away here, trying to do some custom stuff for you guys. And those of you who are doing the makeup, you're going to learn a lot. And we just want you to be good drivers. You have to be good drivers. You got to prepare. Okay, so and we're going to do a quizzy and wham bam. Put in questions. ABS is the anti-lock brake system. ESP is the system used so your car doesn't skid out. Okay. You want to steer in the direction you want to go. So ABS, anti-lock brake system. Remember that. ESP is the system used to help your car not skid out of control. Okay. It may apply the brakes on the outside. It may pull power away. It may make your back tires on the inside slow down. It may make your front tires on the outside spin a little bit more. It depends on what system you have and where you are. Okay, we know bridges freeze first. We know the temperature can drop. If your car is stuck, the computer may pull power and allow you to accelerate slow. If you turn traction control off, you're going to hit the gas and it's going to bury the car. Same way in the snow. Okay? Same way in the snow. Give me 1 second. You're asking great questions. Upload. Give me 1 second. Device. I think I put in the wrong thing. Just give me 1 second. I'll tell you 1 second. Put together a custom assessment for you. No, I put in the wrong thing. Give me a second. Put in more questions. Please put in questions. This is how you learn. We're going to do a couple quizzes. And this is really your test prep too. Now, that's how I try to run the class. Keep it fun. I don't want a boring class. Everyone hates boring classes. Hold on. I got too much stuff open. Back. Do you believe watching Wham Bam video on our own will benefit you? Always, because you're going to learn how accidents happen. There's also some state police videos we can look at. You're going to learn the tendencies of other drivers to happen at intersections, side private drives, you coming out of the gas station, you coming out of McDonald's. They happen, people merging on the freeway, merging off, people cutting through intersections. There's certain areas that I try to avoid taking you that are very overwhelming, such as heavy downtown areas, downtown Houston, downtown Detroit, downtown areas, because you will have information overload. So I don't want to overload you. I want to help you. And that's really important because I really want you to learn everything you can and really be prepared so you know what to do. Good, I'm downloading to my desktop. Is there other material off the class that we can use to help us feel more comfortable driving? Read the textbook, do the quizzes, watch Wham Bam, watch state police driving videos. A lot of people post those videos. Do a scholarly Google review, look at AAA data. All of these areas will help you. That's if you really want to become a good driver. Many of you just barely do the school stuff because you're too busy. As an instructor, I really want to make sure you get everything you can to help you prepare. Now I got the right one. So I use a variety of materials. I don't rely on Quizzy. I don't rely on Wham Bam. I don't rely on user-generated content. I rely on our teaching material, AAA. I use scholarly sources. I use trusted sources. I don't watch random videos of people putting stuff in. You will drive in the summertime because you're my winter driving class. And when it gets warm, you're not going to stay home. You're going to drive. But that being said, people are going to be wilding out. And you have to make sure that you understand what to do, how to do it, and when to prepare what to do. I'm just seeing if this, hold on. You want to look at when accidents happen, how they happen. I like the questions you're giving me because you're really forcing me to help you, but you got to look through the whole videos. You can't just look it through a casual eye. We're looking through the lenses of a beginning driver. All of you are beginning drivers. You need to spot. I'm trying to teach you when accidents happen, where they happen, how they happen. So if you can lock in those elements, you're going to learn more. If you can't lock in those elements, you won't learn more. And for some reason, this is not working for me. Put in more questions. You should rely on the school material. Oh, hey, I got questions. It's only 5. I need more. I need more questions. Most accidents happen closer to a person's house. Facts. People get comfortable. When you get closer to their home, you're going to be driving faster. You're going to take off your seatbelt. I'm hungry. Mom texted me. She made spaghetti. I got Kool-Aid. I got ice cream. She made chocolate cake. You're going to be flying. You're going to run a light. You're going to fly down the neighborhood, and a little ball runs out. Yes, facts. Okay, I'm going to publish. Okay. I'm going to see how this looks. Okay, let's first things first. First things do when getting in a car. We already talked about that. Getting into a car, we already talked about that. You come in, you lock your door. You put on your seatbelt. You adjust your seat, then adjust your mirrors. Okay, I'm going to hit you with a quizzy first. Can we make other study material? You can make whatever you want, but remember, I'm the instructor. I have material. You can make whatever you want. You can make a study guide. You can do whatever you want. Okay, you're high school students. Make your own quizzes. Make your own examinations. But your teacher knows what's going to be on the test. You don't have the testing material. Okay, I've taught the class. I know what's going to happen. You don't. I'm not going to give you the state information. So you need to lean into me. You can do whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share. Yeah, you can make it. Okay, joinmyquiz.com. Joinmyquiz.com. Always use material, but if you study too much, you won't know what to study. And then you're going to get confused. Joinmyquiz.com. There are 5 questions. I want to see how you do on this. Joinmyquiz.com, 968-724. Again, joinmyquiz.com, 968-724. You can make whatever you want. I suggest you do. Okay? But you only have a limited time. We all have a limited time in our lives. We only have 24 hours. You got to sleep sometime. Okay? Your age group needs more sleep than me. You need 8 to 10 hours, but you're not getting 8 to 10 hours. You got 3 AP classes. You got baseball. You got this. You got that. You're getting like 5 hours sleep. I stayed up too late. I have 3, and I'm still paying the price because I had to be prepared. I have to drive tonight after class. I got to be mentally ready for this. Okay? I can't drive during the week. I don't want to drive during the week. You got to prepare and prepare for what matters, right? Most of you are in 3rd quarter in school. Okay, you're going to have, quarters coming up. Okay, you're trying to get your grades up. If you have a good GPA, you're going to get a scholarship. If your GPA is garbage, then you won't. Okay, joinmyquiz.com. Everyone here, joinmyquiz.com. 968-724. Again, 968-724. 968-724. Okay, I'm starting. Let's see how you do. It's only 5 questions. I don't like how it's set up, but let's see. Again, I'll just kind of put this together. Yes, most accidents happen, 3 to 5 miles away from home. You're comfortable. I'm going to run this light. You go into school. I'm late. Let me go ahead and blow this light. I got the kids next to me. You got your grandma's car is slow. They got their dad's truck is fast. Your grades do matter. If you get good grades, if you get grades in college, you're gonna get a good job. Employers look at grades. This is only 5 questions. I think it's good. Quick, easy. And we'll go over it. I really appreciate what you said. Make sure you are subscribing. Make sure you follow. Put questions in. We keep it real. I'm really trying to keep it real with these young drivers, young adults. More instructors need to just get it. Share. Appreciate it. All right, guys, come on. We only got 5 questions. Quick and easy. The more time you can be exposed to information, the greater level of understanding you're going to have. Oh, this is dangerous. Man, see that car? They ran the light. I knew it. Or there are kids out here. Sometimes you might have to go around the block. Okay? Like ice cream truck. Bro, kids are jumping out of trees and bushes. Okay? Ice cream truck. If I was an ice cream truck, I would have been coming down the street, making a quick $100. Okay? Mom, Dad, ice cream truck. Oh my God. Okay? Do you take Cash App? Yes, I do. Okay? Okay? Come on, man. Get that no brand name ice cream. The Mickey Mouse ear. Come on, bro. The bomb pop. Come on, bro. That bomb pop. You guys don't know about no bomb pop. Okay? Come on, man. $1.50. Come on, bro. You just on some popsicle. Oh, come on, man. Keeping it real. When the ice cream man come out, people are like running across the street. I'm like, oh my God. Like, you don't see me. No, I see the ice cream truck. And you better stop. Yep. That's smart marketing. Come on, we're still waiting for some of you to be done. Hear that? Hello? Ice cream truck going, hello? Ding, 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 ding. Hello? Kids are programmed, bro. And they hear that music, they're running out in front of cars. They're thinking about ice cream barefoot, no shirt on, running. Like going 20 miles an hour, barefoot. How do you run doing 20? Kids do. I'm telling you the truth. Hello? Pedestrians always have the right of way, but I got to get home. So what? There are 10 kids. Mom, where's the food? Honey, it's been on the table. You got practice in 20 minutes. I know I'm stuck by this ice cream truck. What are you going to do? Run over a kid? No. Okay, let's end this. Let's see how we did. Let's keep it moving. Okay, view report. The highest was 80, the lowest is 20. We got 44% accurate. That's scary. Let's go to questions. What is the best? What is one way hot weather impacts young drivers according to the passage? It lowers impulsivity. It lowers it. Okay? Trick word, I'm sorry. It increases impulsivity. I read it wrong. It's going to make you take more risk. In the wintertime, you are driving slow, you're taking your time. Number 2, which of the following is a challenge older drivers face in hot weather? Medical side effects. Grandma's not sweating. She's overheating. Grandma, we got to go get you some water. Why, baby? Grandma, are you okay? Grandma, passes out in the car. Oh my God. It's true. Next, What theory explains why individuals adjust their behavior in response to perceived change in risk? It's called the risk homostats thesis. Okay, some of you aren't reading. Some of you said the impulse control theory. Some of you said the driver safety theory. Okay, you just got to read the text. So this tells me you guys aren't reading. Next, what is the number one overarching cause of accidents of high school students? Distracted driving. Some of you said distracted driving, cell phone use. Nope. Some of you said speeding. Nope. Inexperienced. Bro. Inexperienced. Last one. Which of the following is not listed as a common cause of accidents of high school students? Overconfidence, in-car, and self. You think, bro, I know how to drive? No, you don't. A train is coming. You think you can beat the train. What happened to Johnny? He got hit by a train. Type in what you learned. We see it Wham Bam now. Type in what you learned. Again, type in what you learned. Good day. We used the material. Good examples. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe.